Remember when we didn't know everything that was happening all the time? I miss that. I miss waking up without immediately knowing what everyone else was doing. I miss not carrying the weight of strangers' opinions. I miss not comparing my ordinary life to someone else's carefully chosen moments before I'd even finish my breakfast. Somehow, without realizing it, we started carrying the whole world in our minds. Every headline, every opinion, every tragedy, every viral moment, every perfectly curated home. And I don't think we were ever meant to. Yesterday, I was harvesting tomatoes in my backyard garden. It wasn't a special day. I wasn't on my vacation. I wasn't escaping my responsibilities. I was simply picking tomatoes that quietly grown over the past few weeks. The only sounds were birds singing, the wind moving through the leaves, and my children playing nearby. For a few minutes, the world became very small. There were only tomatoes to pick, leaves to move aside, the warmth of the sun on my face. Nothing was asking for my opinion. Nothing was asking me to compare. Nothing was asking me to react. And it made me realize something. I don't think we're just tired. I think we're mentally crowded. Every day our attention is pulled in so many directions. We know what's happening across the country, across the world, and inside the lives of people we've never even met. And by the time breakfast is over, we've already consumed more opinions, news, and images that previous generations probably encountered in days. Psychologists have found that our attention is limited. Every notification, headline, comparison, and interruption asks our brain to switch focus. Over time, that constant switching can leave us feeling mentally exhausted even when we haven't done much physically. Maybe that's why it's become so difficult to enjoy ordinary moments. Not because they're boring, but because our minds have forgotten how to stay with them. While I was standing in the garden yesterday, I realized something. The tomatoes weren't in a hurry. The birds weren't in a hurry. Even the wind seemed to move more gently than my thoughts. Creation has a rhythm, and so often I don't. I think that's one of the quiet invitations God gives us. In Psalm 46:10, God says, "Be still and know that I am God." I've always loved that verse. Not because God is asking us to do nothing, but because He is inviting us to stop striving long enough to remember who He is. Stillness isn't just the absence of noise. It's the presence of God. Maybe that's why Jesus so often withdrew to lonely places to pray. Even with people constantly needing Him, even with important work to do, He made room for quiet. So if the Son of God needed moments of stillness with the Father, maybe we shouldn't be surprised that we need them too. I wonder if many of us are looking for peace in a vacation, when what we're really longing for is a quieter heart.
Sure.
Yesterday, I didn't leave town. I didn't escape my life. I simply harvested tomatoes in my backyard. And somehow, for those few moments, my mind wasn't carrying the whole world anymore. It was just carrying a basket of tomatoes. And that felt strangely freeing. Maybe we don't need to know everything that's happening all the time. Maybe it's okay to miss a few updates, if it means we don't miss our own lives. Maybe peace has been waiting for us in the ordinary moments we've been too distracted to notice. Remember when we didn't know everything that was happening all the time? I miss that. And I think I'm slowly learning that the quieter my mind becomes, the easier it is to notice the life God has already given me.